Hello there, my name's Lizzie. I'm a tutor at CREATE98 and today I'm going to be showing you how to do rainbow mobiles that you can make to hang in your window to go with some of the beautiful rainbow artwork that people have been making to show our support to the fantastic key workers at the moment. Right, I'm going to put my camera down so you can see what I'm doing properly, and I hope you enjoy this simple tutorial. Thank you. Right, so here we have the examples that I've made of the mobiles. So we have a heart one here and we have a bird one here. A little tag on it that says thank you key workers. So we're going to have a go at making the bird one today. I think it's a little bit more unisex and it's my favourite one too. Right, so what we're going to do today then, first I'm going to show you the basic resources that you need to do this activity. So our main ingredient is going to be chalk pastels that we have here. They're quite easy to get hold of, like a lot of the resources here you either should have at home if you have got the things at home such as kitchen roll and hairspray and things, or you can access them online on places like Amazon, The Works, The Range, Hobbycraft, like for simple art and craft resources. So we need our chalk pastels as we just said, we need a hole punch, we need brown string, preferably the garden kind of twine, hairspray, we need scissors, and obviously we need card, which we're going to use to make our template out of, and obviously pencil to draw around that. This activity can be made and enjoyed by children, families and also adults. You can adapt it and simplify it as much as you want to make it as decorative or as simple as you like. But today we're just going to do a very simple version of the bird mobile using the chalk pastels. So what we're going to do is start with our template. So again, if you're a child, you can always ask an adult to help you draw around this. So you would aim for something like this or something like this if it was a heart, or any shape that you want. It can be a favourite animal, it can be anything that you like, a leaf or a flower, so anything that you think would look nice to go in your window. So I'll put that aside for now. And if you don't feel comfy drawing, you can always get something, a template online or print it off. But hopefully you're quite arty and might want to draw your own as a family or as an individual. So what we're going to do is aim to use card. And the reason I've said card is because it's more easy to get hold of in this moment of time with things going on. But you can use whatever medium you want really, whatever you've kind of can get hold of. So ideally you want 6 templates. So you can either use things like hard sketchbook paper or you can use normal card, whatever you again can get hold of. So what we're going to do is use the chalk pastels to smudge on a lovely kind of rainbow ombre effect. And the pastels, the chalk pastels work really well with card and paper as well. So that's what we're going to go for today. So again, when you're cutting your templates out, if you're a child and using scissors, please be careful. Perhaps ask an adult to do this bit for you. But we're going to start with our ready tones first. So I've put the pastels in little categories like this so that we basically have the different colour families. Because the rainbow has very primary colours in it, but we can always blend that up because it isn't just, you know, the basic primary colours. You can have all sorts of shades to make it look pretty. So for the demo, I'm just going to show you with the orangey kind of red tones for our first bird. So what we're going to do here, the chalk pastels, they can get quite messy, so I would advise using an apron like this. And the reason that I've said to do kind of 6 birds is because often sets of 6 and sets of 3 work better with arts and crafts and things like that. So we're going to use our orange to kind of apply that on. And with chalks you can either apply them like that or you can use the side. I find the side blends better. And it's good to kind of use your fingers to blend that colour. So a bit of orange. So I want to stick to those kind of colour tones and families, so kind of like our element colours or our seasons. I think it looks better to do that. So for example, we have a reddy bird, a greeny bird, a blue bird and so forth. So I'm going to show you just one today due to the time, but you can obviously spend as long as you like doing these. You can, you know, make them really bold, you can put glitter on them, you can embellish them with little stickers, whatever you want to do. but for this particular method I think pastel works well. So one of our main things we're using is also kitchen roll, because kitchen roll acts as a really good accessory with pastels, because you can kind of blend in the colours and they kind of fix it by removing the excess dust. Then you can go over again to make it darker and have it as bright as you like. So on all of your templates you want to do both sides. So obviously I've done one side here, but we're going to put that aside for now. So obviously you're aiming to do both. So you get a lovely kind of ombre, kind of two-tone effect, what you're going for. So put our pastels aside for now. So then, using the hairspray, again, if you are a child, ask mum and dad's permission first before using this. And you want to make sure that you're holding it from a distance, so not too close. Let that dry a minute. And you want to do it on all of your birds. So once you've done all your colours in the same method that I've showed you, i.e. red and purples and blues, etc., give them all a spray afterwards and just put them aside just for a minute. Maybe give your kind of surface a bit of a wipe. And then what we're going to do is you want to make sure that you hole punch all of your birds. So that's going to be the next bit that you do. So this bit can be a bit tricky because you want to make sure that your hole punch is kind of down the centre, so to avoid it ripping. So again, maybe ask an adult for this if you're a child, so ask an adult to help you, or if you're an adult, maybe ask some assistance. Once I get our hole punch, so kind of point it upwards a bit, and then with two hands really press down. So we've kind of got it quite in the centre, so again, not too close to the top. So we want to do that for all of our birds. So again, they've all got little holes in like this, so we can thread them correctly. Right. You need, I would say, about 1.5 meters, depending, or 1 metre and a bit, depending really how long you want your mobile to be. And I would say once you've threaded them on, to kind of space the hearts or birds maybe 3 centimetres apart, which probably will work quite well. So I'm going to show you how to start threading them, and then obviously you can continue doing that once you know the method, and then I will show you the finished result. I would say, obviously, when you're starting to thread, start with your bottom bird. So these are all of our finished birds here that we've done, but I would say start maybe our kind of purple ones, because that will probably be our more bottom colour, but you really can go whatever order you wish. So make sure, again, you get a bit of help with this possibly, because it can be a bit fiddly. So we're going to thread that on like that. Make sure you do it quite carefully, because obviously this is only a card, so you don't want it to rip. So we thread that a couple of times like that, to make sure that's nice and secure like that. And then we want to give it a little trim like that. So that's on nice and secure like that there, with a little knot like that. So then we would put on our second one. So again, in this case, it might be maybe our lighter purple pinky, or it could be our blue. So let's go for the blue. So try to get them all to kind of hang in the same direction, but you know, you don't have to do that. It's up to you really, whatever you want to do. They look quite nice going different ways sometimes. Maybe alternate them in what way they're turning. So we want to thread that one again, like that, as you can see there. So again, make sure, just to be on the safe side, that you thread it again, I would say, just so it's a little bit more secure. There we go, just like that. Okay, so, and again, make sure that you do the pastel on both sides when you're doing this, because obviously when you've got a mobile, it will sort of turn in the wind like that. So you do that for the rest of your birds. So in our case, the rest of our 4 birds. So we keep doing that again, all the way up there, the same sort of distance in between. And then when you get to the top, what I want you to do, once you've got to, say, your final red bird, oh, that one flew over there, didn't it? Once you get to, say, our top bird, which will be our red bird, we also are going to include a little tag, which will look quite pretty. So again, out of our excess card, which we used for our templates, we're going to use a little tag like this. And again, just hole punch the corner, ask for help if you want to. And using our pastels, same effect, we're going to do a little tag to go with it. So I'm going to do the kind of orangey colours because that's my kind of favourite. Make sure you do both sides and again fix it like that. And let that dry a little bit. And then after that, all you're going to do is do a message of your choice. I, for example, on my one, I have put thank you to the key workers. So I've got my example here. So I've just put that on mine there. So I would say use maybe a normal pencil or a felt or a Sharpie pen, whatever you want to use or can get hold of for that. It doesn't really matter as long as they can kind of see it in your window. And just to note, you can make your tag as big as you want because you don't, mine's quite little, but you can make it big, depends on your window size and you know how big you want everyone to see your message. So once we've done our tag and our last bird, so obviously again it will be our first bird, which is going to be our red one. So again, as you can see here on the example, that's our top bird, our red one here. So what we're going to do, on our last little bit, if you have done sort of 1.5 meters or 1 meter and a bit, you should have enough excess over to make a little loop. So I would say just before you finish off tying it, make sure you include your tag on the top. Do a little knot like that, and then just a little simple loop. So again, ask an adult for this if you're a child, or if you're an adult and need assistance, just kind of thread that round to make a little loop like that, and that will hang on your window. So again, we're going to put that one aside for now, and then when you're finished, you will have your finished mobile like this with all of your colours on it. And again, if you want to add an extra detail to it, like I said earlier, you can add glitter, you can add embellishments, whatever you want to add on it. So say for the heart one, you could do little bows with the excess string, which look quite pretty, or use ribbons or beads, whatever you want to do for that. Or you could make multiple ones and have it almost like a little chandelier, which looks quite pretty in different sizes, be as experimental as you want. But I'd recommend maybe making a few spare templates, just in case you kind of make a mistake on any of them, if you've got spare card or paper. Right, so that one's done for now. You can always give it an extra spray if you want to with the fixative, the hairspray, just to kind of add that extra bit of security and avoid smudging. But I have one more kind of alternative to show you, which I think you might like. It's probably a little bit more for adults or people that want a bit more of a challenge. But if you can get hold of things like wooden hearts or shapes, you can get things like this on sort of Amazon and places and different art stores online, if they're open, hopefully. I know people at the works are, I think. You can use acrylic paint to create a more kind of permanent luxury one. So again, we've got like our ready hearts, then our kind of green and our blue, which looks just as pretty, which you could do. So again, a nice set of 3 because that's quite a big heart. But you can, you know, do them whatever size you want, depending what shape you can get hold of. And then using spare card from kind of household resources, you can put a little tag on it. And that's more of a permanent one. And once you've done that, you can use like acrylic paint, you can use poster paint. I would say stick to acrylic, and then you could also use the chalks to kind of go over it. And using a varnish such as this, Mod Podge, which works really well as like a glossy fixative. You could use glitter, tie little ribbons, have it as elaborate as you want to, or use ribbon rather than string to match the colours, beads. And that would be quite a nice idea that adults could do, or again, if you're children and want to do something else and have more of a challenge, that's fine too. So that's another alternative for you if you'd like to do that. There's going to be more kind of instructions and helpful tips and things and resources on the worksheet to accompany this video. But yeah, that's my tutorial done for today, and I hope that you've enjoyed making a mobile, and hopefully you can keep busy with creativity, because it's really good to do that in this time at the moment. Okay then, well, that's all for me, and thank you for watching, and everyone keep safe and take care. Thank you. Bye.